great numbers, by the way.
Unbelievable both teams. Tigers shoot right at 70 from the foul line, and North shoots 75 from the foul line. So the numbers are all pretty even, but, both teams are going to want to get it up the floor and shoot the three. Both teams are going to want to move the ball and attack, so it's whoever wins out tonight, I think the team that shoots it better.
What number do you have to put on the board to win this game tonight?
I'm going to say 80. I mean, it sounds like a big number, but that's about, if you average out what the two teams do, it gives you about 80.
I mentioned tournament play starts next week. St. X and Brown right here will play the early game. I think the 6 o'clock start on Tuesday. Male will follow up against Louisville Collegiate, approximately 7:30 tip for that one. And then 7 o'clock Thursday, if nothing earth-shattering happens, 7 o'clock on Thursday, St. X and Male. It'll be their third meeting this season, Tony. The Tigers have won the first two and played well in both of those games. Had to do a good job, especially in the regular season game on Cole Edelin, who we know can take over. But I watched that game from the road, and I thought they did a great job on Edelin. Slowing him down a little bit.
They did, and then in the fourth quarter he started hitting shots like he does. But Tigers beat him in the LIT 79-71. Then they beat him over on the old dirt campus 80-77 just about a week ago.
It's hard to beat a good team 3 times, but you hope you get a chance to beat a good team 4 times, right? Because once you get to 7th region play, Male St. X will be on opposite sides.
You hope you play again.
And you hope you play again. Absolutely you do, because winner goes to the Sweet 16.
Exactly.
The other regions, or the other districts in the 7th region will start with the 24th. That would be Central, who's probably going to win that district.
Well, Manual.
Manual will probably win the district. Central's probably the favorite to finish second. Shawnee is in there as well, Portland Christian. But any reason to think Manual doesn't come out on top there?
No, I don't see any reason. Central has struggled, and Shawnee has not played well this year, so it's Manual to lose.
Trinity is in with Seneca and Atherton. Atherton, I don't know anything about. The Rebels, or the Ravens. I'm sorry, I'm not sure about them. But Seneca, we saw the other night a capability. They've got the 7th region player of the year in Kelron House. He's really good.
Tigers struggled to guard him, especially in the first half. They wore him down, ended up with 30-something. He averages 27 a game. So a guy like that is capable of beating you. Now, Trinity's been playing without Dre Vassar for the last week or two.
I saw him somewhere I can't say, and he had a boot on.
Yeah. And Trinity had that. Dre Vassar, I talked to Bowling Green's coach up here during the King of the Bluegrass. They were practicing up here, and we got talking, and he said, the guy that makes Trinity go is Dre Vassar.
Absolutely.
And he does. So Trinity needs to get Vassar back, and I'm assuming they will. You never know. But, if Trinity doesn't have Dre Vassar, they'll still win that district. But then the regional, it's different in the regional.
The interesting district to me is the 28th. You got Ballard, who seems to every year be an automatic qualifier for the region. But maybe not this year. Eastern is the number 1 seed, if I'm not mistaken. And Ballard will play Christian Academy in the first round. That's tough sledding for both teams there.
I'm going to tell you what, John. Kentucky Country Day is not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, those teams are capable of knocking the big boys off. Now, I've seen Eastern. Eastern's the best one there. But the night that Ballard came in here, their little point guard, Nate Richardson, I think it was.
Yeah, he's good.
I
don't know if it was Nate.
Well, it's
he played
Richardson.
In the NBA.
I know, that's what I thought, but it still seems like that's what it was.
It might be.
But I did the game, I should know, but whatever. Richardson.
He was good.
Tigers tried to press him all over the place, and they could.
Hard to guard. So who comes out of that district? If you were a betting man, and I know you're not.
I'd still go with Eastern to win it and Ballard to be runner-up.
Ballard to beat Christian Academy in that first round?
I think so.
I was kind of impressed by Cal when St. X went there.
Yeah.
They kept it. They're like a gnat. They just hang around.
Those two teams are a lot alike, John, Ballard and Cal. So, interesting. That's the toughest to get out of, if you ask me, district.
We'll take another 3-minute break here and come back with the starting lineups, the opening tips. You're listening to St. X High School basketball, watching on the Tiger Sports Network and listening on 970 WGTK.
Experience St. X. Experience more than $3 million in tuition assistance. Experience a world-class campus. Experience 29 advanced placement courses. Experience the Brotherhood.
To get the show on.
Huh?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to St. Xavier High School in the Brother John Wills Sports Activity Center. As tonight, the visiting Mustangs of North Oldham will take on your St. X Tigers in varsity basketball action. As a Catholic school rooted in the Bavarian tradition, prayer is central to all that we do. Let us pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. God of all people, thank you for the gift of athleticism by which we have the opportunity to give glory to you through athletic performance. Protect these athletes from bodily harm and from giving into an attitude of negativity. May we all join in giving glory to God in the midst of this game, remembering that what unites us is far greater than what divides us. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. St. Francis Xavier, pray for us. And now stay standing for your national anthem.
Back in St. X, John and Tony, the tail end of our national anthem, and Tony Burke has a look at tonight's starting lineup for North Oldham and St. X.
I sure do, John. The North Oldham Mustangs coming here 24-4 under Coach David Levitch. They'll start at forward, number 21, Ryan Sanders. He's a 6'3 junior, 3 points, 4 rebounds a game. One of the guards. Number 11, Brooks Cargold. He's a 6' junior, 9 points, 2 rebounds a game. At forward, number 13, Ryan Howard. He's a senior, 6'3, 12 points, 3 rebounds. And one of the guards, number 22, Jack Fisher. He's a 6'2 senior, 13.7 rebounds. And the leading scorer for the Mustangs.
And now your St. X Tigers. At guard, a 5'11 senior, number 15, Trevor Schubert. The other guard, a 5'10 junior, number 11, Chance Dillingham. At forward, 6'4 sophomore, 23, Jeremiah Jackson. At the other forward, 6'4 junior, 35, Will Hankey. And center, 6'6 junior, 13, Graham Craisman. Assistant coaches, Brian Just, Connor McKim, Mike Glazer, Eric Carmen, head coach.
Part of the night, senior night with the tribute video. We've had the height video that they have before every game, and North Oldham just been sitting out there kind of waiting this thing out.
Well, John, here's another interesting twist to this game.
Great cage, by the way.
Graham Craisman went to grade school at North Oldham, and then he switched over here. The time his stepdad, Matt Issing, played for me when I was here the first time around with Coach Joe Bergamini. And so he played with all these guys in grade school, and they were like, I think they were like a national champion, like middle school. And then he switched over to St. X, and all those other guys that are out here playing, he played with.
And last season's game at North Oldham, his parents were out of town. He spent the night with a North Oldham player the night before the game. Needed a ride, I guess. He will jump it up against Ryan Sanders. Tigers go right to left on the dial, and tip controlled by Cargold. He's out top, dribbles against Dillingham. Man-to-man of the Tigers. The left-handed Neal gets it out top. Swing on the right side. Cargold's got it. He's at the elbow. Goes into the lane. Cut off. Throws in the corner. Neal's three is short. No good. Tipped out of bounds by Fisher. And the Tigers will get their first possession.
Well, I got the shot they wanted in the corner. Good contest by Jeremiah Jackson. Ball goes out. Tigers inbound their first possession. They'll bring Chance Dillingham across.
Neal comes to pick Chance up. This is a good matchup here. Down low to Jackson. He's got Fisher on his hip. Cross court to Craisman in the corner. Graham can't drive, throws it away. Here's Neal the other way. One-on-one against Dillingham. Lays it up and in. Lazy pass from Craisman. And it's a live ball turnover. The Mustangs draw first blood. Jackson at the top. Left side to Schubert. He'll take the open three. No good. Long. Good rebound by Hankey on the offside. Dribbles to the elbow. Cut off to Jackson. Wanted the three. Now he goes down the lane. Tried to throw it low, and he threw it away. Little overshare there from Jeremiah. Fisher ahead. They get it in the corner to Neal. He goes down the lane. This floater rolls off, and Jackson's got the rebound. Bad pass ahead to Chance, and out of bounds. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Tigers.
Well, it didn't hit our GoPro over here. And
it was close.
Good hands by Brooks over here.
That Courier Journal, they're doing something right over here.
Quick hands.
Not quick hands. Howard's got it out top. This is Sanders. And an illegal screen, and they're going to call it against who?
13, Ryan Howard.
Wow. I'm not sure.
I didn't see it, John.
Tony, he didn't call 13. The North Oldham player hit the deck. He called it on 13. He did call it on 13. Wow.
He was standing right there. And the referee had a better view than we did. And I know you saw what I saw, him go flying. But we don't know if he moved or what happened here.
I mean, he went flying on the deck. They're going to talk this over. Kevin O'Brien and Gerald Gray, 2 of the officials, going to get together here. You can't change it now.
No, he was emphatic. He was emphatic when he talked to Gerald Gray that it was a foul.
Officially, it's an illegal screen. But I will say this. Howard got the foul. He also took the worst of the punishment.
Tigers haven't had a shot in a minute and a half.
Here's Dillingham out top against Neal. High left. Near midcourt.
Schubert did have a shot. Sorry.
Schubert's still in there as Chance goes to the top. Now goes down the lane. Cut off there. Fall away jumper's good. Dillingham with his first 2. Leading scorer for the Tigers. And we're tied at 2. Fisher dribbles into the lane against Hankey. Spins twice. Throws it out to Neal. He goes down the lane against Jackson. Puts it up over Jackson. It rolls in. 4 for Grant Neal. North Oldham so far in no mood to press the Tigers. Here's Jackson at the top. He'll stop. Thought about the 3. Thought against it. Gets it to Hankey. Will over to Chance down low to Kraisman. He dribbles into the lane, spins, cross court to Schubert. Out to Hankey. He wants to go one-on-one, spins in against Sanders. Gets it out to Kraisman. Had an open three, but dropped the ball down low to Jackson. Spins, great spin move and layup as he left Jack Fisher standing in some cement there. 4-4, 5:27 to go in the quarter. Out front, long three, no good. Long rebound, tipped by Hankey, saved inbounds to Kraisman. Cargold missed the three. Here's a hit ahead to Dillingham. His open three is no good. Hankey fights for the rebound to Schubert. His three's blocked. He gets it back out to Kraisman. Open three from Graham is good. Tigers have their first lead 7-4 as we hit the 5-minute mark in the quarter. Neal against Jackson. Hands it off to Cargo. He travels. He just got it caught on his hip and took an extra step there as he was trying to throw it.
Yeah, he just couldn't get a hold of it. Tried to throw it, took the extra step, but Graham Kraisman knocked him one down. But the turnovers, the Tigers' first three turnovers, Sean, just lazy, silly, bad passes.
Yeah, bad. And the Rage Cage booing as Trevor Sherbert comes out of the game. Trevor Sherbert. I've gone 4 years without calling him the wrong name. Here's Chief Cameron in, the sophomore. High screen from Kraisman. Down the lane, fall-away jumper. The Chief was dying to get in the action, and he knocks it down. It's a 7-0 run for the Tigers. They lead at 9-4. Here's Fisher into the front court against Hankey. Tries to go around them. Jackson grabbed the ball. They're going to call a foul there. It's a late whistle from Gerald Gray, but the first foul on Jeremiah Jackson. That is one thing Jackson will do, Tony. He'll get some fouls early that he probably shouldn't get.
Yeah, you can't reach. Just play defense. Don't try to make the great play. Just play the solid one.
Ball into Neal in the corner. He's got an open three after two screens. No good. Dillingham gets the rebound on the run, goes all the way in. Will miss the layup. Chief had it, lost it, and Neal's got it for North Oldham. And we got an injury. And they're going to stop play because I think that's Sanders, Tony. Ryan Sanders and his shoulder. It looks like a shoulder injury. He was holding that left arm. He will have to come out, and he is in a lot of pain.
And, John, like I told you, this North Oldham, they're all about the same size. They're all about 6'2", 6'3", physically strong. But the one thing the Tigers – Chance Dillingham did a great job there. He didn't get the ball in the basket.
You're fine, David. David, you're fine. David Levitch sitting on our table, trying to knock the GoPro over, but he doesn't. Gray Schmidl into the game for the Mustangs. Here's Fisher down the lane, and now Chief grabs the ball, and they're going to call a foul on Chief. Well, sometimes it's a held ball, Tony.
I know it.
First foul on Cameron, second on the Tigers. Kevin Klein not happy with that call at all.
That one looked like a tie-up to me from there. But North Oldham gets out of bounds. Two Tigers fouls. We got 4:04 left the first quarter, 9-4 Tigers.
Schmidl to put it in play, lobs it out high to Neal against Jackson. Hands it to Fisher. He goes to the free throw line. His jumper's long, and Jackson steals the rebound away from Fisher. Jeremiah all the way to the three-point line, and now he slows it down. Left high to Hankey. Will, couple of dribbles. Hands it off to Jackson. He stops. Left side Chief. Cut off by Schmidl on the baseline. Cross court to Hankey. Down low to Kraisman. Not a good pass, but he corrals it. Graham spins, lays it up no good, and Fisher up high for the rebound for the Mustangs. Against Chief, who just committed his second foul.
That one was a foul.
The Chief with a couple of minutes there. Now he's going to come back out. Brandon Days, the freshman, in for St. X. Bryce Johnson, the sophomore. So you've got three sophomores and two juniors out there for the Tigers right now.
Got a freshman.
I'm sorry, a freshman. Two juniors, two sophomores. Here's Fisher in the front court. Over to Howard. He gets it high left to Cargo. Guarded by Dillingham. Back to Sanders. Sanders is out of there. That's
Neal.
Howard. Here's Neal with a layup attempt. No good. He overshot it just like Dillingham did on the other end. And now we got a North Oldham Mustang limping. That's Fisher. Has it. Days has it high left. Hands it to Dillingham. Dill with a great move down the lane, and he's fouled as he tried to lay it up. Terrific move from Chance Dillingham to split a couple defenders right at the free throw line, and he is slow to get up.
Well, he landed on somebody over there.
Well, I think he missed the photographer there, but there is concrete on the other end and metal too, Tony, that goes between the court and the concrete. We shall see what happens here as Jacoby McRoberts checks into the game for North Oldham. Evelyn Tandy is over there to check on Chance, who's still down underneath the Tiger basket. In fact, you got the North Oldham trainer. You got Chris Tinius, the assistant AD. He's now up and walking toward the bench under his own power. Connor Klein will check in for Chance, and they are holding his left hand. Looks like some blood there. He might have scraped it on that metal I was talking about down there.
So St. X can choose who they bring in the game to shoot. They were going to bring Sosa Friedman in the game, but they switched that up because Connor Klein's a really good foul shooter. He hasn't been on the year number-wise, but we know how good a foul shooter he is.
Unbelievable three-point shooter, but struggles at the line on occasion. He'll shoot a pair. 9-4, Tigers lead it, 2:57 left here in the quarter.
6 out of 10 on the year for 60%.
He's probably close to 60% shooting three, and he missed it badly. He'll shoot one more.
Sosa Friedman goes, I could have done that, Coach.
And Will Hankey will get a seed here. Sosa Friedman comes in. One short sock, one long sock, Tony, but at least they're NBA sock.
No starters in the game for the Tigers.
Second free throw, long, no good. Rebound knocked away from Bryce Johnson. Henry Peters in there as well for St. X. Fisher brings it across against Friedman. High left to McRoberts against Klein. He'll dribble out to the top. Now out by the logo. Throws it high right to Fisher again. Fisher against Sosa. Dribbles inside, goes up, little floater's good. First Mustang to score, not named Grant Neal. With 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. 9-6 Tigers. Here's Days. Hands it off to Friedman out top. Sosa passes it to Bryce Johnson. His trigger's always ready. Out to Days. Kevin Klein calls a play. Connor Klein's got it on the right. To Days, back to Johnson. Cross court, not a good pass. Tipped away and out of bounds by Schmidl. Tigers will keep it on the sideline. Again, give North Oldham credit, but some lazy passes by the Tigers in this first quarter. Here's Days out top, high left to Johnson. They close out on him quickly. They know he can shoot it. Down low, Henry Peters has it. A couple nice passes out to Klein and a bad pass. It's going to be a layup for Neal, make it a dunk. Live ball turnovers killing the Tigers. They're lucky to be up 9-8. Here's Johnson, down low to Friedman. One dribble, he's in trouble, and they're going to call a foul. Nope, they're going to call a held ball. It'll be St. X ball. I think that's the right call, but I thought, based on what they called earlier in this game, that was going to be a foul.
Well, the zone right now calls them Tigers some trouble. It's like a 2-3, but it extends very far. It almost turns into a 1-2-2, but Tigers will get the ball into their own basket. Brandon Days inbounded.
Hankey and Jackson back in. Lob to Jackson, and he puts it in. Came down, regathered, put it back up and in. 11-8 St. X, 1.5 to play here in the first quarter. Neal walks it across against Jackson. Dribbles to the top, hands it off to Fisher. Hankey's got him. Jack Fisher dribbling. Wants to go on Hankey. He does. He's cut off in the lane. Kicks it out. Three ball from Schmidl is long. Long rebound comes down. Schmidl's got it again. He goes into the lane in trouble. Kicked it in the corner. Three from Fisher is off. Rebound by Hankey. Nice job by Will. Ahead to Johnson. Bryce down the lane, stripped away and stolen by Schmidl. Ahead to Neal. It's 2-on-2. Neal dribbles across the lane and he'll set it back up. Howard has it. He hands it off to Schmidl. Schmidl out top to Fisher with 52 seconds to go in the quarter. Low scoring quarter by both team standards. Schmidl's got it. High left to Howard. He might have walked, got away with it. Down low to Fisher. Out to Schmidl. Fakes the three. Johnson closed on it. Howard's got it now. Hands it up to Neal. The freshman Brandon Days comes to get him near midcourt. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Neal step back three over Days is way off. Rebound taken out of there by McRoberts. Back to Fisher. Back to McRoberts. He takes a three that his coach didn't want him to take. Missed it. Got it back. It's knocked away by Peters. 15 seconds. Jackson right down the lane, stops with a 12-footer, no good. Rebound by North Oldham, and they throw it away as they tried to hit McRoberts on the Snowbird. A plethora of turnovers here tonight, Tony, from two teams that are supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's been very, very ragged. Long rebounds, bad passes, but the Tigers, you hit it on the nail, John. Live ball turnover.
6.9 seconds. Ball into Days. They're going to foul him, I think. He throws it to the left. Jackson down low, knocked away, knocked out of bounds off of Schmidl. But if you're Jeremiah, you got to know the time there. You don't have time to throw a pass down low. 0.2 to go, so it's got to be a tip here for the Tigers. Days will put it in play. Cannot catch and shoot it here. Throws the lob. And a whistle, but no foul called. Hankey was the recipient. He got hit, but again, only 0.2 to play. Referees let it go. 1 quarter in the books. Not a pleasing quarter, but it's 11-8 Tigers. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on 970 WGTK. 1 minute, Gary, 1 minute. Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Gary Clark back to the studio. 11-8 St. X leads after 1 quarter of play. It'll be North Oldham ball. What stands out from the stat sheet, Tony? Got to be turnovers.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They only have Tigers for 5 turnovers. So I think if they're 5, they've all been buckets. 3 on North Oldham. Tigers are shooting 50%. North Oldham shooting 33%.
Good news for the Tigers. Chance Dillingham back in the game. He's got that left pinky finger wrapped up, and he's back in there. Here's Neal right down the lane, puts it up and in over Jackson. 8 of the 10 points that North Oldham has belong to Grant Neal. Here's Days in the front court, high left to Dillingham, back to Days. Back to Dill. He thought about it from deep, decided against it. He won't decide against it this time, and it's way off. Bryce Johnson with a putback. Well, that's one of those three-pointers, Tony, that just fell to the right guy if you're the Tigers. Here's Fisher down the lane, lost his balance on the deck, knocked away by Johnson, picked up by Henry Peters. Days down the right sideline. They don't cut him off. He goes all the way in, lays it in. Brandon Days with a terrific move. The Tigers leading this 15-10. Neal walks across, double team comes. He gets it to Fisher. Down low to McRoberts, spins on Henry. Henry cuts him off. He gets it down low. They throw it in the corner for an open 3. No good. Henry had the rebound, and they're going to give North Oldham the ball.
Wow.
Boy, it looked like Henry got hit, but no call.
Looked like McRoberts came from behind, knocked it away, but North Oldham will inbound down their own basket. 15-10. Tigers, 6:52 left, first half.
Ryan Howard back in for North Oldham. Neal's got it on the right wing, guarded by Jackson. Gets it to Howard. Henry comes out to get him. Back out to Neal. Neal will dribble. He wants to go one-on-one here to the right side against Jackson. Jeremiah backs off just enough. Out to Cargold, back to Neal. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. This way on the left side, here's Schmidl, cut off on the baseline to Neal. Fake the 3 to the left-hander. He goes down the lane now, spins on Henry, puts it up and got it. Terrific shot by Grant Neal. He got it over Henry Peters, who did a great job on the challenge. 15-12 Tigers. Days out top, gets a screen from Peters to Dillingham, back to Days. Zone here from North Oldham, Tony, first time tonight. Days into the lane, out to Dillingham. He dribbles out to the logo, right side to Jackson. Jeremiah cross court to an open Days in the corner. Not a great pass, but Days kept it in bounds. Jackson still got it right side now, back to Dillingham. Almost threw it away. Jackson gets it, goes right down the lane and lays it up, and it rolls off. Henry tapped it. Bryce has it. Johnson back up and in. Bryce Johnson, a couple buckets just hanging around the rim there on the offensive end. Double team on Neal in the backcourt. They get it ahead to Cargo. Cross court. In the corner is Schmidl. He drives, cut off. They got a back door here going up for the layup. It's good by Howard. 30-second timeout called by North Oldham, and I think David Levitch wants to tell his team what to do against this double team that the Tigers are throwing at him.
Yeah, and I think, it gives Grant Neal a chance to rest, too. He's been in there the whole time, so kind of stop the play. Up and down, just not a lot of scoring, and we just saw, as you pointed at, Ryan Sanders walking with an ice pack on his shoulder, but Chance Dillingham back in the game, but whatever they had to do with his hand.
It's his ring finger on his non-shooting hand.
That's always a good thing.
But his first shot after that was not pretty.
Yeah, it rang the bell on the other side of the basket.
Luckily, Bryce Johnson was there to clean it up. Bryce with some good minutes here early, 4 points, a couple of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and, we talked about a lot of scoring, John, and we haven't seen it yet because two teams a little bit ragged, maybe a little bit jacked up going at each other. But if Tigers cut out the live ball turnovers and contest, it's a good shooting team. Both these teams shoot it well. We talked about that in the pregame, so Tigers will inbound. They lead by 3 with 5:22 left in the first half.
Bryce Johnson will walk it across here. He'll play the point. Left side, double team comes. They throw the lob. It's tipped. Craisman comes out of there with it to Johnson. 3-ball from deep is in and out, no good. Tipped by Hankey, no good. And Neal, who does everything, comes down with the rebound. Gets it to Howard. Cross court. Fisher, corner. McRoberts, his three is way off. Air ball. Bryce Johnson challenged him. Here's Dillingham in the front court. The lob I thought was there last time, but they got tipped. Down low to Craisman. Nice pass by Hankey, and he missed the layup. Went to get it back, and it's knocked out. McRoberts has it for the Mustangs. He gets it to Fisher. Fisher will walk it across. Hankey comes to get him at the three-point line. Got it to Cargold at the elbow. Chance went for the steal, didn't get it, but he recovered. Here's McRoberts, goes left, fakes the jumper. Out to Howard, Ryan Howard. Out to McRoberts, to Neal at the top. On a switch, Craisman has him. Neal wants to go on Craisman. He's at the free throw line with a jumper that's way off. Somebody shut the door. That was wide right. Here's Bryce Johnson. Knocked away from behind, but he recovers it. Down to Hankey at the elbow. Out to Jackson. He's open. Won't take it. Ball knocked away, but Jeremiah hits it back. Bad pass. Dillingham's got it. Another bad pass. Jackson to Hankey to Dill in the corner. Open three from Johnson is good. Well, not the best passes, but they got through and ended up with a terrific assist to a wide open Bryce Johnson. 20-14 Tigers. Under 4 to play. Here's a steal by Dillingham. Ahead to him on the pass from Hankey. He goes in, lays it in. Chance made the play on the defensive end and got rewarded by Will Hankey with the assist. 8-point lead for the Tigers. That's their biggest. Cargold into the front court. Left side McRoberts. He goes right down the lane, lays it in. No help at all from the Tigers. First two for Jacoby McRoberts. Craisman's got it out top. Right side to Dillingham. Chance will dribble out to the midcourt area. Right side to Jackson. Still out high to Dillingham. Had an opening, didn't get it. To Hankey, who lays it in. Got a great screen down low from Craisman. And Troy Hankey with his first two. Fisher double teamed in the backcourt. Gets it to Cargo. Swinging in the corner. Here's McRoberts down the lane. Cross court to Neal in the corner. Back out top to Fisher. Fisher, one dribble, shoots it over Hankey. It rolls out. McRoberts had it. Tigers might have got away with one there. Here's a long one down court to Hankey. He fakes and lays it in. 4 straight for Will Hankey. Tigers with their biggest lead of the night, 26-16. 2.5 to play here in the first half. Neal out top against Jackson. High left to Fisher. Fisher with Hankey just kind of shadow boxing with him out there. No count on. Gets a hot screen from McRoberts, uses it, goes left, spins back into the lane, out to McRoberts. He faked the three, wants to go, knocked away, got it back to Fisher high left. Fisher dribbles against Hankey, spins into the lane a couple of times, puts on a crazy shot, no good. Off the glass, Craveman with a rebound. Gives it to Hankey, and he throws it out of bounds over the head of Dillingham, who needed to be about 6'5" to corral that one.
Well, he saw him. He was open.
Not a whole lot of breaks in the action there.
No, I'm just sitting here enjoying the game. 26-16, minute 52 left. It's different. I've been sitting in your big chair there, and I moved over here, and now I'm just kind of laid back watching the game, Johnny.
I heard you trying to get rid of me. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Cargold has it, brings it across against Dillingham. Hands it to Howard. Ryan Howard looks a lot different than he did when he played for the Phillies. He hands it to Jack Fisher. Fisher back to Howard on the right side, out high against Johnson. They get in the corner to Neal. Jeremiah stays with him after the screen. Neal, high right, the left-hander, kicks it out front to Cargo. Cargo, couple dribbles, hands it to Schmidl. He gets it back to Fisher. Tigers defense playing pretty well here so far tonight, Tony. Fisher backs out to midcourt. Wants to go one-on-one against Hankey. He does. Spins. Nowhere to go. Cut off. Oh, great backdoor cut by Howard, but the Tigers recover. Down the lane, and a foul going to be called on Will Hankey. I think the referee just hadn't blown his whistle in a while.
Well, he reached in. He fouled. That's only the first foul of the quarter by either team, as Brandon Days will come back in the game. He'll get Will Hankey. I think Will got a little tired there. He needed a blow. So minute 3.
So,
Tigers.
6 minutes without a foul. 7 minutes without a foul. Schmidl will put it in play. He's got a great backdoor to Fisher, who lays it in. So one of the Tigers got screened, and there was no help there. Another layup for North Oldham. 26-18 St. X. Jackson right down the lane, lays it up, no good. Ball tipped out of there, and Howard's got it. Double team in the backcourt, gets it to Neal. Ahead to Fisher. Fisher against Craveman, drives into the lane. Threw it away. It went off the hands of Days, who got a piece of it, and then it went off the hands of Gray Schmidl. Tiger ball.
Yeah. Fisher got a little bit going too fast right there. You know, we expected a lot of points. We haven't seen it yet. 26-18, 40 seconds as Brandon Days will bring it across.
I knew we jinxed them when we talked about how good these teams, how well they shoot. There's Jackson against Fisher. Dribbles a couple times, out to Days. Brandon hands it to Chance. He wanted the three, but he heard the call coming from the sideline. One shot. Here's Days. Drives into the lane, out to Jackson. Jeremiah to Dillingham. He goes down the lane. Cut off there. Back out to Jackson. He goes down the lane. Throws in the corner to Days. 10 to play here in the half. Dillingham's got it out top. They can foul him, and they do. That's an unintentional foul by Grant Neal.
Yeah, a good job there.
Only the first foul on Neal. 5.8 to play. So if you're Tigers, you need to draw something up here, Tony, where you can get a shot without getting fouled first.
You've got to be careful if you're Grant Neal, though. You don't want to get 2 fouls.
They throw it in the backcourt and foul quickly.
It's middle.
4.8. You can't throw it in the backcourt because David Levitt's team still got 2 fouls to get.
Yeah, you got to go towards the basket here. I don't care what you do.
Middle with his first foul. Days will put it in play right in front of the Tiger bench here. Throws it to Johnson. And a timeout called by the Tigers. Kevin Klein will take a 30 here with 3.2. He wanted to get the ball in that spot to throw it inbounds from in front of the North Oldham bench in the offensive end.
That was interesting because Bryce Johnson had a shot.
He had a chance there, but he did dribble. So freshman David Bradley, 6'5", checks in for North Oldham. I'm going to guess David Bradley is going to be standing over here on the sideline trying to do his best.
Or fouling.
Well, but he's going to try and not let him get the ball in play. 6'5". You saw him in the freshman game, Tony.
Saw him in the freshman and the JV game. He's had a lot of work tonight.
They've got guys playing all 3 games. The 8th grader, what's his name? Sears.
Austin Sears.
He's really good. He's little, but he played a whole lot of minutes in those first 2 games, and he played a lot of varsity minutes.
They're putting Neal on the ball.
Neal's on the ball. Hankey will put it in play. It's a lob to Jackson. He's got it. He dribbles twice, fakes, takes the jumper. No, it's good. I don't know how that went in. It kind of hit a dead spot on the rim, it looked like, and Jackson, with his 6 points, equals the Tigers' biggest lead of that half. They lead it 28-18.
Well, Coach Levitt's not happy. They should have fouled Jackson when he bounced the basketball. The play was an alley-oop play for Jeremiah Jackson. They threw it too far, and I'm surprised he didn't shoot it.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be at the rim so he could just lay it in, but not a great pass by whoever threw it in.
Well, when he bounced the ball, they should have fouled him. He should have caught the ball and just put it up. But luckily for the Tigers, he squishes one on the back of the rim.
And he actually dribbled into the defense.
And they
had an opportunity to foul him.
I watched Coach Levitt walk off, and he was not happy with that play by the Mustangs. But Tigers lead 28-18 in that high-scoring game we talked about.
That's what we expected, the 28, first one to 50. I saw that in the Louisville game the other night. I didn't think I'd see it here tonight. We'll take a break, come back with a halftime report. 3-minute timeout here. St. X leads North Oldham 28-18. You're listening to St. X High School Basketball, watching on the Tiger Sports Network and listening on 970 WGTK. Three minutes, Gary. 3 minutes.
Experience St. X. Experience the #1 all-boys high school in Kentucky. Experience 19 interscholastic sports. Experience more than 50 electives. Experience the brotherhood.
Kobe Johnson, joined by Dr. and Mrs. Leonard Johnson. And James Mareshi, joined by Aaron and Rick Mareshi. Once again, 2024 Senior Tiger Band members.
Slug never answered me. I just sent him question marks just now. Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Gary Clark producing back in the studio. It's halftime here at the Wills Center. Tigers lead North Oldham 28-18. Not what we expected offensively, Tony. Those shooting percentages got to be ugly here.
Yeah, North Oldham 9 for 22 for 41%. Tigers 13 for 23. They just haven't gotten a lot of shots.
But how many turnovers, though?
Got them for 6. 6 assists, 6 turnovers.
It feels like 15.
Yeah, both teams they have on the stat sheet here with 6 turnovers. So we'll take that with a grain of salt.
We'll take it with a big grain of salt.
Tigers have hit 2 out of 5 from the 3. North is 0 for 8 from the 3-point line. They have not shot a 3 throw, and the Tigers had the 2 misses when Klang went in to shoot for Dillingham. So only 18 points for the Mustangs, and we were talking about it in the pregame, John. Mustangs average right at 75 points a game. They got 18 at half. And I know what Coach Levitch is telling his team right now. Don't try to get it all back in a hurry. Now, the Tigers average 83, almost 84 points a game, and they've got 28. So it's who does not try to overdo this and try to get it all back and try to get your points. But if you're the Tigers, you'll take a 10-point lead anytime at halftime.
And Grant Neal, 10 of the 18 points. He is as advertised, Tony. He's a good player who seems to be a do-everything kind of guy for these guys. He's in there getting rebounds. He's looking for his teammates in the offensive end, and he'll take the shot when it's there.
Yeah, he's 5 for 10 from the field, but he's 0 for 3 from the three-point line. And that's the one thing that the Mustangs do well. They shoot almost 40% from the three-point line, and they have not hit one tonight. So if you're the Tigers, you keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully your offense comes a little better.
Bryce Johnson, 7 points off the bench. Tony, he's hit the one of only 2 3-pointers in this game. The Tigers, Graham Craisman hit the other one. But a couple of putbacks, offensive rebounds. Bryce's been a big factor so far here tonight.
He has. What he hasn't done, John, is he hasn't forced things offensively. And that's when he gets in trouble. But he's hung around. He's picked up the garbage, as we would
I thought
say
he was
very
really
affectionately.
good at Seneca the other night. He drove the basketball to the inside. He didn't just settle for the three-point shots, and he was effective on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, he's going to get stronger as he goes. But Jeremiah Jackson's got 6'2", and they're really looking for him. Just got to get the ball in the basket, and Hankey's got a couple of buckets, and they were just on being patient, getting the ball and getting them in the basket.
I'm surprised the Tigers are 13 of 23. It just doesn't feel like it. And some of the passes have gotten through, but a lot of them haven't here. They got to be careful because North Oldham's doing a lot of overplaying out on the perimeter.
Yeah, I don't think we have points off turnovers here. I'm looking for it, but North's first 2-3 buckets were off Tiger turnovers.
Yeah. We'll take one more 3-minute timeout here. Come back with the second half. 28-18, the Tigers lead it. You're watching on the Tiger Sports Network and listening to St. X High School basketball on WGTK 970.
Who are those two? Oh.
Back at St. X, John and Tony getting ready to start the second half. Ryan Sanders, Tony, walked by us again here. Still got that ice pack on his shoulder, so it certainly looks like the North Oldham junior is out for the rest of this game. Tigers will come with their normal starting five. Chief Cameron in for Trevor Schubert to start this second half. And Gray Schmidl replaces Sanders in the North lineup. Tiger ball to start the second half. Cameron, elbow to Kreisman. Swings it across to Chance. He goes down the lane, spins, puts it up and in.
Basket by Dillingham.
Dillingham with the finger injury there in the first half came out for a little while. He's got 6 now. And he and Chief double team at the top. Here's a 3 from Howard that's good. First three-pointer of the night for North Oldham. 30-21 Tigers. Cameron dribbles to the right, cut off at the baseline by Howard. Looking for Kreisman, can't get it to him. Now they do throw it down to him. Great pass by Jackson. Graham with a couple dribbles. Double team comes, puts it up and in, up no good. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Graham Kreisman. Wow. I didn't see it because the coach was in my way.
Well, after getting bumped twice,
Kreisman, his first.
they called a foul on him. So interesting call. He might have pushed back, but he did get nailed a few times.
First on Graham, first on the Tigers here in the third quarter. Fisher brings it across, gets it to Howard. He was wide open on that 3, was Ryan Howard. Back to Fisher. In the corner to Neal. Jackson comes to get him. Out to Howard. He's open again and hits another one.
3-point goal.
Straight threes from Ryan Howard. And the lead down to 6 for the Tigers. Dillingham hands it to Hankey. Will dribbles left. Gets a screen from Kreisman. Goes down the lane. Out to Cameron. Chief to the top of the key. Back out to Hankey. Will back to Chief near the logo. Tigers reset the offense. Hankey off the curl. He dribbles to the top of the key. Goes in on Howard. Spins. Puts it up and in, and he drew the foul. Boy, great job by Will Hankey to reach the ball, show it. Howard reaches, and Hankey makes the layup, and he'll go for the 3-point play.
Well, he got to his left hand right there, and then he just bodied up and got the ball in there and got the foul on Howard.
6 for Will, so he'll go to the free throw line.
It's 2 on Ryan Howard.
Free throws up and in. 33-24 Tigers, 6.5 to go in the third. Fisher walks it across against Hankey. Will picks him up full court. Fisher down the lane, spins in the lane, goes up, floater, good.
Goal by
Off
Fisher.
balance, flying to his left, throws it back to the right there, and a nice shot from Jack Fisher. Here's Hankey in the corner. Dribbles baseline, in the corner, opposite corner. Chiefs 3 is no good. Kreisman rebound, and his shot is blocked by Howard. Here's Kogard the other way. His 3 rolls off. Fisher put back, no good, and Chiefs got it. Long one ahead to Chance. He'll stop and take a 3. It's way off. Hankey pushed under the basket by Neal, who comes out of there with it. Grant Neal down the lane against Jackson, puts it up and in.
Goal by Neal.
Here's quickly the other way. Hankey spins into the lane, goes up, puts it up, and in. And it won't count. It'll be before the shot. A foul on Jack Fisher.
Action's picked up, John. We talked about the 28-18 at halftime. We're at 33-28 with 5:37. Second foul on the Mustangs and the first on Jack Fisher.
They cut it to 5 here, 33-28. Inbounds knocked away. Try to get it to Jackson under the basket, but Neal having none of it. Chance puts it in play, lobs it out to Hankey. Hankey down low to Jackson. He's got a man on his hip, and he lays it in.
By Jackson, assist to Hankey.
8 for Jeremiah. Defender had no chance there against Jackson. Fisher walks it across. Hands it to Neal out top, near the logo. Left side high to Cargold. Fisher's got it high left against Hankey. Gets a high screen. Trying to go into the lane. Does get into the lane, but he travels.
Steps called.
Chief almost got his third there. He reached in, but it's out of control.
We say this all the time. Chief's going to get one of those steals a game at least.
Well, we know that. 35-28 Tigers, 5:09 as the Tigers bring it up here in the
Feeling
third.
frisky. Hadn't got it yet. He's still waiting to get it. It's been called for a foul on one of them. Here's the lob play. They throw it. Not a great pass. Actually a great pass.
Jackson.
Dillingham to Jackson. The layup is easy. And Jeremiah has 10. Lead back up to 9 for the Tigers. Neal into the front court. Drives on Jackson, pushed off, no call, and he missed the free throw line jumper. Rebound by Kraisman. Gives it to the Chief. Cameron, cut off at the top. Right side to Jackson, back to Chief. Wide open at the top for three. Got it.
Cameron.
5 for the Chief, his first 3 tonight. Tigers with their biggest lead. Schmidl out top against Kraisman. Hands it to Neal. He wants to go down the lane. Jackson cuts him off. Out top, long 3 from Cargold is good.
3-point goal.
First points of the night for Brooks Cargold.
Timeout, North Oldham.
And that cuts the lead back to 9. It's a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break as well. Tigers lead it by 9. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on 970 WGTK.
Experience St. X. Experience more than $3 million in tuition assistance. Experience a world-class campus. Experience 29 advanced placement courses. Experience the brotherhood.
Back at the Will Center, John and Tony. Timeout there taken by David Levitch and the North Oldham Mustangs after the Cargo 3 cuts the St. X lead to 40-31. Tiger ball, pressure in the backcourt here. Looks like a 2-2-1 zone press. They're backing off of it pretty quickly. Dillingham gets it across to Jackson, and they back out of there. They stay in an extended zone here, Tony, or is it man-to-man?
That's 2-3, John.
Cameron's got it, left side to Jackson. Jeremiah, plenty of time to scout things over. Gets it to Dillingham, back to Jackson. In the middle to Kraisman. One dribble out to Dillingham, and the 3 is no good from Bryce Johnson, but a flying putback there from Jackson. 12 for Jeremiah. 42-31 Tigers. Schmidl has it. High right, gets it out front to Fisher. Fisher with the interesting foot apparel tonight. They run the weave out top, and Fisher ends up with the basketball. He goes down the lane, cut off. Jackson picks him up, out top to Schmidl. Graham's got him now. Neal comes to get it. Chief cuts him off as he tries to go top of the key, and he throws it out of bounds. Schmidl went down to the corner, and Neal didn't realize it. Threw it right behind him, right at his coach.
David Bradley.
Tiger ball.
42-31 Tigers, 3:19. The pace has picked up here in the third quarter. We only had 46 points in the first half total.
Chief to Jackson, high left, guarded by Neal. They're back in a, well, I guess it's still his own, Tony. To Bryce Johnson, knocked away and chased down by Jackson in the backcourt. Good job by Jeremiah. He gets it to the Chief. Down the lane, lays it up with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by the new man in there, and he fouled David Bradley, the freshman. Drew the foul. It's going to be on Kraisman. Second on Graham. Second on the Tigers here in the quarter.
Brandon Days will replace Chance Dillingham. 42-31. 3:02 left. A good move right there, but
I think he lost it on the way up.
Yeah,
there.
I think he did too.
Neal takes the inbounds. Gets it back to Cargold, who Days comes to pick up in the backcourt. Brooks Cargold dribbles to the top. Tries to get around the freshman. Can't do it. Instead, a pick and a jumper, a three-pointer, no good from Fisher. Ball comes dead straight down. And here's Jackson for the layup. Great pass from Brandon Days.
Jackson.
14 for Jeremiah, 8 here in the third quarter. Neal brings it across. Jackson picks him up the three-point line. He spins into the lane, puts it up with the right hand and got it to go.
Neal.
Grant Neal is a scorer, Tony. He's got 14.
He's amphibious too.
Jackson to Chief. Chief with the ball fake. Back out to Jeremiah. Back to Cameron in the corner to Days. He'll dribble it back out and give it to Chief. 2:12 to go in the quarter. Tigers lead it by 11. Jackson's got it high left. Gets in the middle to Days. Brandon with some options. Got it to Johnson. Back to Jackson. Back to Days. He'll turn around, take a 12-footer. Back rimmed it, no good. And the ball hits the deck, picked up by Cargo. He gets it to Fisher. Into the front court. Diagonal pass, and it ends up in the hands of Neal on the left to Cargo. Fake the three. Now he goes in on the cheap. Throws it to the left side to Fisher. Days got there quickly. Fisher goes down the lane. Drops it for Bradley. Out top. Three by Howard is good. He's got 3 of them in this quarter, Tony.
Ryan Howard.
And 11 points. Ryan Howard, who averages 11.5. Chief fakes the three. Out top to Days. To Johnson. Bryce against his own. They just pitch and catch out top. Chiefs got it. One dribble in the corner now to Graham. Graysman, dribble, in trouble. Throws it to Johnson, who was cutting into the lane. Bryce gets it to Days for an open three. No good. I think he hit the backboard first from the corner. Rebounded by Bradley. Here comes North Oldham trying to get back in this. They're down 8. Neal against Jackson. Gets a high screen. Now turns it down and goes the other way. Hands it off to Fisher against Johnson. Fisher drives down the lane on Bryce. Lays it up. No good. Contact. They wanted a foul. No call. And Days comes out of there with it for the Tigers. That's a break, I think. Cross court to the Chief, to Days. 44 seconds. You could take the last shot here if you want, if they're going to stay in this zone. Johnson's got it in the corner to Craisman. He dribbles left, goes up, lays it up, and it's blocked by Bradley, the freshman. I don't know why you don't hold it there and get the last shot with an 8-point lead. Here's Cargo. He goes down the lane. He's cut off there. He'll dribble back out and get it to Neal with 23 seconds left in the quarter. Tigers have a couple fouls to give if they want. Neal goes down the lane. Tries to bully Jackson, does, and a foul called, late whistle there as Neal threw up a prayer. That's just a terrible call.
A lot of contact before that, and they're going to give him 2 shots.
Craisman gets his third on the Tigers with 16 seconds left in the half. Grant Neal will shoot a pair.
And Grant Neal he's limping a little bit, trying to get himself back. 16 seconds left in the quarter. And we figure Neal's going to be a good foul shooter. And he shoots 79% on the year.
Good on the first one. He's got 15 to lead all scorers. Craisman will come out with 3 fouls. Days back out. Dillingham and Hankey, who's changed jerseys, by the way. Will is number 24 now. Must have had a substance, a blood-borne pathogen on the jersey. So
you can't have those because they could rub off on you.
Absolutely. One more for Neal, and he'll take a 16-second break if he can make this one as they're waiting to substitute for him.
Into the game for North
He knocks it down. It's a 6-point game, 44-38. Gray Schmidl back in the game, and maybe to foul here. Dillingham in the backcourt. Schmidl comes to get him at half court. And now he fouls him on purpose. That's 3 on the Mustangs with 12.6 to go. That's twice, Tony, that Gray Schmidl's done that. He's a designated fouler.
I would make him dribble just a little longer.
And he gets a foul. Boy, that's a quick one, and David Levitt's not happy with his guard Cargo, who got that foul.
And now if your foul Tigers are going to shoot 2, you got to let them dribble and let them go, push them to the outside.
Backcourt foul.
You're just not giving up fouls,
good. Here's Dillingham to Chief. They're looking for the lob. They throw the lob. Jackson gets it, and he's hammered and no call. 1 second to go. Fisher will launch one from the other end. And Kevin Klein going nuts here, and I don't blame him. Jackson got pushed under the basket. But the third quarter comes to an end. 44-38 in favor of the Tigers. You're listening to St. X High School basketball on WGTK 970.
It'll be North Oldham basketball to start the fourth quarter.
Back at St. X, fourth quarter about to begin. 44-38, St. X leads North Oldham. The Mustangs scored 18 points in the first half, Tony. They had 20 in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's more what you expect out of them.
North Oldham ball to start the period. Cargold against Dillingham out top. Dillingham falls but gets back up quickly. Here's Neal, who sat for all of 16 seconds. Back to Howard in the corner. 3 ball on the way off. Bryce Johnson with the offside rebound. It's taken away by Bradley. And a quick one to Howard. His 12-footer's good.
Goal by
Boy,
Howard.
Klein is very upset not getting any calls there. A couple of guys surrounded Bryce Johnson, took it away. I don't know if there was a foul, but certainly felt like there was. 44-40. Johnson's got it in the corner to Hankey. Will dribbles, kicks it out to Chance. Dillingham to Johnson. Open. 3 ball from the right is nothing but the bottom of the net.
Johnson.
Bryce Johnson in double figures with 10. Feels like a big bucket, Tony. Cargold into the corner. Here's Howard. Back to Cargold. They get it to Fisher. Chief almost had that steal. His floater's good.
Goal by
And a timeout
Fisher.
called by David
Timeout
Levitz. It's a
North
30, so
Oldham.
we'll keep it right here.
A 30-second timeout.
Coach Klein not happy with no calls. It's not the calls, it's the no calls that he's really upset with. But 47-42, 7:02 left here in the ball game, and game's picked up. I mean, that last quarter, 18 was it 20-18?
20 to 16.
20 to 16, yes, it was, and up and down. But
Big 3 from Bryce Johnson there.
it was a real big 3. Both teams are in a zone. Tigers went to 2-3 right there, got kind of lost. But if Bradley's going to be in the game, John, freshman, you got to move the ball and then pound it down to Jackson or Hankey down on the block and go at it.
He did have the block shot against Graham earlier, late in that third quarter. But he's got 3 more years to put on some body weight, and right now you should be able to muscle him down low.
Yeah, I'd go right at him.
2-2-1 backcourt pressure for North Oldham. We've seen this before, but they backed out of it. Chief gets the entry pass. He'll get it to Dillingham on the left. He gives it back to the Chief. Dribbles to the middle. Got to get it across. He does to Hankey. Will not challenge. Gets it to Jackson for the layup.
By Jackson.
I think North Oldham's back line there just kind of fell asleep. Jackson gets the easy one. Here's Fisher. Gets it to Howard. Fall away jumper over Hankey is good.
Howard.
13 of his 15 here in the second half. 49-44 Tigers. 6.5 to play. They fake the lob to Johnson this time. Now Bryce has it in the corner. Dribbles out of there, gets it to Dillingham. Cross court to the Chief. Chief back to Dill. Chance. Chief's wide open if he wants it. He'll dribble inside now and then dribble back out. The ball's loose, and it's going to be picked up. Diving is Hankey. Great job by Will to keep it alive. Here's Chief. Down the lane, spins, lays it up, no good. Rebound by Bradley. He gets it. They throw it ahead and threw it out of bounds. Second time they've done
Tiger
that.
ball.
As Neal was alone at the other end, and Jack Fisher airmailed it.
Well, Tigers had what they wanted, did not get anything. Good job by North Oldham, but just I know they're trying to get the layup, but you just can't afford that with 6 minutes left in the game, that ball getting out of bounds.
Big break for the Tigers there. That was going to be an easy 2. Here's Dillingham and Chant and Chief playing pitch and catch out top. Bryce has it, cross court to Cameron, to Hankey in the lane. He goes in, lays it up and in. Went right at Bradley like you said they need to do. 9 for Will Hankey. 51-44 Tigers. Neal into the front court. St. X needs some stops here, Tony. Neal dribbles left, goes on Jackson, picks it up, goes now down the lane, flips it up, and rolls in, and he drew the foul.
Goal by Neal and a foul.
Grant Neal with 18 now, second foul on Jeremiah. Connor Klein will come in, and the Chief will come out. So maybe Kevin Klein putting a shooter in there against his zone. But Neal, that's a strong move, Tony. Jackson didn't play it poorly.
He's a good player. He's 2 for 2 already on the night. Shoots 79%.
Trying to cut it to 4, and he does not. It rolls out. Jackson with the rebound. Ahead to Dillingham. Tigers on the run here off the missed free throw. North Oldham does a good job of getting back. Jackson and Dillingham now out top, playing pitch and catch. Chance, right side to Klein. Connor, one dribble, Gets it in the middle of the Hankey. Out to Chance. Thought about it. Turned it down. Back to Connor Klein. To Bryce Johnson in the corner. He dribbles out top. Gets it to Klein. Back to Johnson. He'll take the open three. That one's way off. Air ball. Rebounded by, I think that was Howard, who got it to Cargold. In the middle to Bradley. Corner to Fisher. Back out to Cargold. He drives down the lane. Drops it for Bradley. And it's blocked from behind by Bryce Johnson. North Oldham gets it back. Here's Howard on the baseline. Guarded by Klein. Cut off there. Gets it to Fisher. Fisher has Hankey one-on-one. Tries to take him. Does take him. Goes under the basket. Reverse layup. No good. Tipped out of bounds. I think Hankey tipped it. They're going to give it to the Tigers. That's a break. Referee points at Jack Fisher and says, you got it.
Timeout, St. Xavier. That is a
timeout, Tigers. Full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break as well. You're watching on the Tiger Sports Network and listening to St. X High School basketball on WGTK 970. It's a good game, man.
Experience St. X. Experience the #1 all-boys high school in Kentucky. Experience 19 interscholastic sports. Experience more than 50 electives. Experience the brotherhood.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke. 51-46, St. X with the lead. Kevin Klein with his called the timeout there. Tigers with three timeouts left. And two left for North Oldham. Tiger ball on any held ball here, and neither team close to being in the double bonus yet. Here's Dillingham. Beats Cargold on the dribble into the front court. Now he'll reset. Cross court to Jackson. Jackson to Dill. Back to Jackson. And they're just going to pitch and catch out there until North Oldham comes out to get them. David Levich's move here, I guess, in this chess match. Jackson and Dillingham. Dillingham now dribbles once. Back to Jackson. They extend the D a little bit, and a foul on Neal as he reached in on Jackson. First foul on North Oldham. Each team only one foul this quarter, halfway through.
Team first.
And only 2 fouls on Grant Neal right there. So 5-point game, 4:05. We'll see what the Mustangs do here, John.
Still a zone, but a little extended this time as Jackson gets it in the middle to Hankey. He dribbles it out top, back to Jackson. Cross court to Dillingham. Fake the pass into the corner, got it back to Jackson. Back to Dillingham. Dribbling out top, back to Jeremiah. David Levitch not liking what his team's doing defensively. Here's Chance down the lane over to Klein. Knocked away and a foul called on Fisher as Gerald Gray staring down the coach here.
Oldham County
Well, you can't yell at the referee when they call what you want them to call, right? I mean, you can.
You can, but you got to be careful how you yell at him. And he screamed right in his face, and he did not take that kindly.
Long one in the backcourt to Dillingham. 3:35 to play.
Well, as long as Bradley's in the game, they're going to stay in zone.
Chance lost it for a second. Double team coming. Picks it up. Throws a lob that hits the backboard and somehow comes out to Jeremiah Jackson. Break for the Tigers. Here's Jeremiah down the lane. Throws it out to Chance. Dillingham steps back out. And he's fouled by Neal. And David Levy says, what are you doing? Third foul on Neal now, Tony. And his third on North Oldham.
Yeah, he said there's 3 minutes left in this game. This is why we need a shot clock.
Certainly didn't. David Levitch didn't want his senior to foul there.
Yeah, his star player.
Into Dillingham in the backcourt. Tigers, if they play this right, they're going to get a layup. Here's Klein, right side, fakes the three twice, out to Dillingham. He thought about it. Now he dribbles to the top. Double team comes. He gets out of it, stops, pops, hits
Basket
from 15 feet.
Dillingham.
Boy, a long possession ends in points for the Tigers. Here's Fisher down the lane, cut off by Hankey. Out top to Howard. Johnson picks him up. They get it to Neal. He goes into the lane on Jackson. Flips it up and in over Johnson.
By Neal.
20 for Grant Neal. 10 in each half. Here's Dillingham right down the lane. Stops, pops, hits.
Basket by Dillingham.
Tiger lead up to 7. 55-48 with 2:35 to play. Neal against Jackson. Dribbles right. Stops. Left-handed three is back rim no good. Hankey up high for the rebound and gets it to Jackson. Here's Jeremiah into the front court. And he'll dribble it out now. Get it to Hankey and out front to Dillingham. Double team comes. He beats it again. Goes into the lane and a held ball is called. Tie up. Tiger ball though, so avoiding the turnover there.
Well, one thing you got to be careful of is getting complacent when you're doing this and turning it over. But the Tigers lead by 7, 55-48, 2:16 left in the game. They inbound.
Still one foul away from being in the bonus here. Hankey's got it out top. Cargo kind of comes to get him and gets it to Chief. Hankey in the middle. Can't see around the official. He got it down low to Chance for the layup. 12 for Dillingham and 6 quick points for Chance. Here's Fisher into the front court. High left against Hankey. The Red Sea splits. It's knocked away. Saved in bounds, and Hankey gets it to Jackson. Jeremiah to the top, and he will bring it out with under 2 to play. In fact, 1:45 left and a 9-point lead. Dillingham, boy, he wanted to shoot it, Tony, but thought better of it. And you got to get out of this zone if you're David Levitch. You're going to foul here. He's yelling foul. Dillingham down the lane goes in for the reverse layup. It's blocked out of bounds. A break there. The Tigers will keep it.
Why? Why do you go down the baseline, try to go under the basket?
I think he heard David Levitch yelling foul, and he thought, I'll go in there and draw a foul. I agree with you. It's a bad play. Ball into Hankey in the front court. He's fouled right away by Neal. Now that's 4 on Grant Neal. He's a guy that can't foul again.
I agree with that. Why is Grant Neal giving himself up? Somebody else has got to give themselves up. Now if he makes a mistake and fouls, he's gone.
That's 4 fouls on the Mustangs. Here's Chief fouled in the back court. I mean, there's a lot of time. Now, 9's a big lead here, Tony, I guess, with 1:28 to go.
Yeah, they had to foul there, John. Chief Cameron is a 68% foul shooter on the year.
And the different rule this year, if you haven't caught up with us yet, there's no 1-and-1. Everything's 2 shots.
Chief's got 5 points tonight. Shoots the first one.
No good. Short. He'll have one more. Woo. Somebody opened the sewer door up.
I don't know if that's sewer.
Is the fish gone bad? Second free throw by
missed them both.
Chief is no good. Neal with the rebound. Here's Fisher into the front court with 1:20 to play. Jackson picks him up. Gets in the corner. Here's Neal down the lane. Kicked it out to Cargold. His long three is off. No good. Neal's got the rebound. Spins. Puts it up. It rolls off. Fighting for it. And this is going to be a foul on the Tigers. We'll see if it's a shooting foul or a rebound foul. It's on Hankey, and I think they're going to give him 2 shots. They will.
Bad break for the Tigers there.
Second on Will, second on the Tigers.
Neal's 2 for 3 on the night. 3 for 4 now.
He's looked good shooting them, I know that. He's got 21 as Brandon Days, Graham Craisman back in. Johnson and Chief Cameron out. Chief missed those 2 free throws, and he is shaking his head as he comes to the bench. He's a little disappointed in his free throw shooting there.
Neal just hit his average at 21. Now 22.
7-point lead with 1:08 to go. Days takes the inbounds. He's fouled right away. And I don't mind that if I'm David Levitch. You're fouling a freshman. It's all about clock and possessions now, Tony.
The Chief missed 2 free throws right before that. Days will go up there. He's only shot 10 free throws in varsity games this year. He's 6 for 10.
Foul on Fisher is his 3rd.
Now you just got to go up and make 3 throws, put this away. And we want Schubert here comes out.
Well, it's a little early for the Trevor show.
And
wow. Wow.
We both said wow. The ball
back
hit up
rim,
there.
Straight up, comes down on the front rim and goes in for Brandon Days, his 3rd point.
That's when you're the Mustangs, you go.
Not our night, right? Not our night.
Come on.
Trying to make it a 9-point lead again is Days. He does.
Into the game for the Tigers.
He'll come out as Chief Cameron back in for defense. Now, I know we got a long time to go here, Tony, but Tigers got 2 fouls to play with here. You don't want to foul a shooter, obviously, but you got 2 fouls to play with. They will extend a little defensive pressure in the backcourt.
Slow him down.
Fisher gets it into the front court to Cargo in the corner. Here's a 3-ball that is short, no good. Fisher with the rebound, puts it back up, no good. And I can't see around Gerald Gray, but a foul's going to be called, I think, on Chief.
I think it is too. Originally, Fisher pushed off on the first one.
Oh, they call it on Fisher, Tony.
North Oldham foul on number 22.
Call it on Fisher. You said originally he pushed off.
He should have got the first foul because he pushed off. The second one, I don't think he did, but I think it was a makeup.
That's 4 on Jack Fisher, and Chief Cameron will go to the free throw line with a wry smile on his face.
And he missed 2 just a minute ago. And Chief's a good foul shooter. I
Yes,
know
he is.
Number 68, and I know he missed 2. I have a lot of confidence when Chief goes up there.
He'll shoot a pair here.
The sophomore.
51.7 seconds left. Make one of these, and he didn't make the first one, and it's a 4-possession game.
0 for 3 on the night, unfortunately.
Getting encouragement from Jackson and Dillingham.
Just make this one, they said. Don't worry about that last
I
one.
think they're calling him a couple names out there that I
Oh,
can't repeat, telling him to make the free throws. And he does.
It worked.
6 for Chief. Pressure in the backcourt.
And you can foul.
Fisher gets it
you
across.
can trap hard.
Fisher's got it back. He dribbles down the lane, goes in on Kraisman, lays it up and in.
Goal by Fisher.
You can let the clock run here if you're the Tigers before you put it in bounds, and now Fisher fouls Dillingham in the backcourt, and Jack Fisher will lead this game with 10 points.
Well, you don't get the ball in the corner. That's one thing
North
you don't
Oldham
do.
foul on number 22, Jack Fisher, his 5th.
They did throw it in the corner, and Chance, he may have initiated the contact, but that's a foul on Fisher, who's complaining. Bradley will come back in.
It's going to be David Bradley.
Chance, I think, Tony, his first trip to the free throw
Tigers.
line. He usually gets there a few times a game.
And it is. And on the year, Chance Dillingham shoots 81.5%.
35.4 to go. First one's up and in. 13 for Chance, Tony, but a big 3-possession stretch here in the second half where he scored 3 times in a row.
Yes, I agree. You're exactly right. And here comes Trevor Schubert. They all yell as Chance Dillingham gets the ball. Might have scared him.
He made it.
End of the game
It's
for
a
the
10-point lead
Tigers.
for the
Number
Tigers.
15, Trevor
Schubert will
Schubert.
come in for Chief Cameron. The Rage Cage, who is boisterous and numerous tonight, are going crazy.
And their
It's
Hawaiian shirt night.
tropical shirt night, right?
Yep.
I guess. Inbound, picked up by Kogar. Chief tried to foul, he couldn't, and now a 3-pointer by Neal is no good. Bradley with the rebound, gives it to Cargo. He runs outside to take a 3 that's no good, and the long rebound to Schubert. Ahead to Jackson. Look out. Slam.
Basket by Jackson.
Jeremiah Jackson,
Assist.
and give Trevor Schubert an assist tonight, Tony.
The second.
Down the lane, and the layup is no good. Rebounded by Hankey. The Tigers need to just hang on to it. They get it to Schubert. They want him to shoot. He won't. They want him to. Now he does. The 3 is good.
Schubert.
Trevor Schubert, the
Final
senior,
score.
ends it on a high note
Tigers,
as he hits the 3.
67.
And it ends up
North Oldham,
67 to 52 in
Please
favor of the
clear
Tigers
the
tonight.
playing
Tony,
surface.
impressive win for this team.
Please clear the playing surface.
That's an impressive win as the tropical shirts storm the court.
Well, they ran onto the court because of Trevor Schubert. The seniors all did. They weren't doing it storming the court to beat North Oldham. They stormed it because Trevor Schubert hit a 3. And I know Coach Klein will talk to Coach Levitch about that, what happened in that instance right there. They weren't trying to run it up. He'll want to talk to you tonight. He never wants to talk to me.
Well, you coach with him, so he doesn't want to have to answer the tough questions from you. Tigers win it here 67-52. Jeremiah Jackson, 12 of his 18 in the second half. Chance Dillingham, 8 of his 14 as well. Slow start offensively for both teams as Kevin Klein will get the headset on. The newly minted 7th Region Coach of the Year. I know that's not what was on your mind tonight. It was senior night with Trevor and Zay. You saying goodbye to Henry Peters as well. Coach, slow first half. You guys struggled. Even though you shot 13 of 23, you had some ill-advised turnovers, especially early. But the defense holding North Oldham to 18 in that first half was pretty impressive.
That was our best first half defensive effort of the year. Our DER, defensive efficiency rating, was 0.67, and it was just all 5 guys locked in on scouting report, really playing for one another, being in gaps, challenging shots. Just a very special defensive half. A lot of momentum going into half with the shot at the buzzer by Jeremiah. Halftime was great. Guys were so locked in and focused. Really, really wanted this game for a lot of reasons. We want to be peaking going into district play next week. Trevor Schubert means everything to these players and coaches.
Couldn't have finished it better,
He is what St. X basketball is all about. These guys love him, and he's been the best teammate in the role that he has played with very minimal minutes, but he comes to practice every day. He shoots it well. He's a great attitude, great locker room guy, and he deserved that start tonight. He'll never forget that last shot going in, and just super proud of how we were able to finish tonight.
Fourth quarter there, North Oldham's kind of closing in, getting closer. Chance Dillingham, 3 straight possessions, 3 buckets, couple in the lane there. He struggled offensively, got the injury with his non-shooting hand there, but talk about what he did in the fourth quarter. Actually, 8 of his 14 points came in that fourth quarter.
I mean, I think it's the same thing he's done all year. Like the Butler LIT championship really stands out. The Trinity semifinal LIT game really stands out. When we had a timeout, we had huddles. Chance, go be the player that you are. Like, you're ready for this. You're born for this. He wants the ball in his hands, and just super calm and collective. So much supreme confidence in those shots going in. I don't even think they hit the rim. And we fed off that little momentum right there, got some stops, and finally hit enough free throws to win it.
Terrific minutes for the second game in a row, I think, off the bench from Bryce Johnson. A little more going to the basket. He had a couple offensive rebound and putbacks. I know against Seneca, he drove the lane a lot. When he's patient, Kevin, he's really good.
Bryce is all between the ears. He's got all the length, the talent, the athleticism, the skills, and he's just got to always play that next play with that windshield, never look back in the rearview mirror. He is so talented, and when he plays with a sign of confidence in his eyes, like you can tell he's locked in and ready to go. When he kind of goes a little bit out to lunch, he gets a quick break, gets back in, and he's good. He's only a sophomore, really young. He's growing up and maturing right in front of our eyes, and he hit some huge shots there in the second half in a tough spot when we really needed them.
This is a game that you didn't need to win, but I felt like you needed your team to play well. And they did that tonight, especially in the second half.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys are so connected. They're so hungry to win. Like, we have talked nothing about the season we've had. We've set a school record for regular season wins at 26. This becomes 27, so we add to that. But, like, it's not even about that. It's just about a senior night, 2 top 5 RPI-ranked teams trying to get ready for the postseason. And that team has had great crossing on the ropes. They've had a lot of great wins. They're one of the top 20 scoring teams in the state. Number 4 is good as a guard. As we've seen, he can play. He can go left, he can go right, he can shoot. He's a high-level finisher. Jack Fisher playing like a senior, really, really good. They pose a lot of matchup problems, and I think the whole game changed when 21 got hurt early with his shoulder because he's kind of a glue guy, a big man that kind of plays his role well. Then they had to go small ball, and that forced us to play Henry and Graham a little bit, guarding some perimeter guys, and I thought they stepped up and adjusted really well, and just an awesome night for our program.
Something you guys are not used to doing is holding the ball, bringing the team out of his zone. You like to run. You like to get up and down the floor. But when you did that, when they refused to come out of that zone, because I think the big freshman was in the lineup for them and it would have killed them, you guys did a great job of taking care of the basketball.
I think that was the best half-court possession with the game on the line in a tough spot where maybe a turnover 3, a turnover layup kind of really swings the momentum. We made them come out. We were rock solid and just had a strong, strong finish to that possession. We'll definitely be showing that to the guys in the film room, and that's what championship-level basketball looks like. And being able to win in different ways. At home scoring 100, at home scoring 67. We've been on the road in neutral sites as well, scoring in the 50s a couple times. So that's a great sign going into district play.
I don't think it's a game you needed to win to build this team's confidence. I think it's a confident team, but it certainly can't hurt to look at this game and say, guys, we just beat a top